Hi, Cynthia. How are you? Good to see you. Can you guys hear me okay? All good? Cool. Sounds good. We'll uh we'll wait for a few more people to jump on. If they don't jump on, that's okay. We will get cranked up here tonight and get this party going. And we got Jay with us. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, well if you guys can go ahead and write down those 5 ways. I'll just leave the camera like this and then I'll come back afterwards and do the questions. But we'll go ahead and get cranked up. Well, thank you guys for joining me tonight. It's Sunday. I know it's probably a tough night for you to get on, but we'll be short here, 15 to 30 minutes of some great tools and some leadership stuff that I've been learning lately. And as I told you in my previous couple of days, that there's a lot I've been learning about, and I want to share this with my team, and I want to be a better leader and help everybody involved. Super excited about Team Be More and where we're going, and things are just going crazy. It's a busy time for all of us. But first off, I want to say, if people that are maybe coming from somewhere else, we've been under a pretty heavy hurricane, tropical storm, whatever you want to call it, lots of flooding. So I know some people down east are suffering right now and displaced, and it's in our hearts to do to feel for them and what they're going through. And as we always do, as a great country that we are, great state, great people, we just rise up and we make the best out of a bad situation. And we know a lot of people are pulling for everybody in North Carolina and South Carolina too as well, and it's moving to the mountains in Virginia. So we'll see what happens, but let's keep our thoughts and prayers with everybody there, and just hope that they're doing well, and and let's get started here. So thank you guys for joining me. 8 o'clock Sunday night. Time for some action. Time for some to get better, to become a good leader, and take the same thing that I'm bringing to you and take with the people that you may have in this business, or you may be working on at church, or you may be working on in another setting at your workplace. It doesn't matter. This is for anything, for everybody, anytime. But these are the things that you need to work on and think about as you develop into a leader in this business, Be More, or like I said, your personal life, and take these things and use them and become a better person, and strive to personally develop. As I posted a couple days ago, personal development. What are you doing on a daily basis to personally develop? Maybe in your personal life, maybe in your business life, or it may be just whatever you're trying to get better at, or become better at. We're all not perfect. We all have things we want to become better at, and there's a lot of ways to do that. And one of them is personally develop. And that's what I love about the network marketing business, and what Jay and Rick have taught me is, I just sat around for 43 years not developing personally. And if I would have done this 20 years ago, I would have been in a way different spot than I am now. But everything happens for a reason, and that's where we roll into. So let's get started. So 5 proactive ways to use energy for connecting. Okay, so the number one thing to help you connect with people is energy, right? And that energy has to come from you. Your excitement, your level of the unknown, and getting into something that maybe you're scared of or you haven't done before. But your energy takes you into connecting to other people. All right. So let's start with number 1. Okay, initiative. What does that mean? Go first. You need to initiate contact with people. You can't sit behind a phone or social media or things like that. You can post stuff on and be like that, but people want to, and they're not going to just come to you because they see you doing something or see you hanging out or whatever. You have to go first. You have to go initiate contact with people. I'm not saying go throw like, oh, here's this element you got to take and put in your mouth. Just go share that energy, that excitement. It's like, oh, I'm doing something new. I'm so excited about it. It's awesome. We were in Starbucks the other day, and we were meeting, me and Dawn and Eric were meeting with this guy, and the guy, Chad, that I haven't seen in a long time. He walks in, And I come over and I was like, hey man, what you doing? I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm doing the FCA and this and this. What you doing? I was like, oh man, like, we're doing like 100 different things, man, but it's awesome. Like, we just started this new company, and we got this awesome nitric oxide product. I said, you ever heard? No, I've never. Hey, I was like, hold on, let me go out the car real quick. So I run out to the car, get the, I was like, as Jay's always, tear it open, boom, tore it open, had them all three drinking it. Oh man, I was like, yeah, that's good, and and then and that's all I left it at. I didn't, ask him more about what he was doing, and then as I posted the text message, about 3 hours later, he was like, yo man, what's up? This Elevate stuff is for real. And I said, yeah, it's for real. The product sells itself. So what did I do? I could have let him just walk in there and hang out and, say hey and what yeah, just doing the same old thing, just go to work every day. Come home, kids cry for 2 hours, cook food, go to bed, same thing every day. No, I told him, I was excited, I told him about the businesses I was doing and things, but I shared with him and I initiated that contact. And that's what you have to do, is initiate that contact with people that are not prevalently in your network. Okay? Your friends and your family and all that, all right, that's good. Go beyond that. Find out, initiate with other people. Maybe you haven't talked to somebody in a long time. Maybe you see them do something cool that you're interested. Just initiate. Find out what they're doing. Hang out. No, you don't have to tell them anything about Be More or show them anything right now. Just initiate that contact, and that's a great way to connect. And that's one of the best ways to connect, is for you to start connecting with other people that you don't know, right? Because the people we know, it's like same old, same old. But other people, that's what's been so awesome about this network marketing for me, is I've connected with people I haven't talked to in years, or I haven't seen, or I don't even know. And that's Nicholas, a guy that just joined our team. We just met at the Carrie Duathlon like 4 months ago, and I haven't told him anything about Be More, and just over general conversation and being friends, we develop into friends. He's a brand partner now with us, joining our team, and that's super exciting. But that's just the way I feel you can come in and just initiate that contact and get people going. So, secondly, you need to have clarity. Okay, so what does clarity mean? So you have to do a couple things. First off, you have to know yourself, right? Then you have to know your audience, okay? And then you have to know your stuff, right? So know yourself. So you need to know what your strengths and your weaknesses are, what things you do well and what things you don't do well. And for the things that you don't do well, you need to work on to become better at that, so you can round yourself out. But knowing yourself and what you can do, and being proud of what you're going to do, can move you into clarity and have a great sense of purpose, right? So know your audience. Know, if you're going to meet with somebody, know something about them. Know what their likes are, what they have, what they do. How can you do? Well, I'm going to know about, probably social media. You can see if they got kids, or they got a family, or they surf, or they bike, or they swim, or they run. But just know your audience. Know what you're looking at and who the person is, right? And then going to know your stuff, right? So know your stuff is more like when you're talking in like a group setting, like if you're talking to a bunch of people, but it can also be when you're meeting with somebody one-on-one. You need to speak, teach, or lead, right? So when you know your stuff, okay, that's when you're speaking and you're teaching or you're leading somebody. So know what you're doing and know where you're going. If you don't, then plug into the system that we have in place, right? We have all the stuff on the back office that you can share. We have videos, we have testimonies, and we have something that everybody can use. Telephone, call, three-way calls. What a beautiful thing, right? Jump on the phone. It's, use me. Everybody that's on my team, Jay's team, Rick's team, use me, call me. We'll work it out. If I can't answer, we'll make it work. Call Jay, call Rick. We're all here for each other, and that's the thing that you have to take in, is that you need to connect with people in this business like a leader, and help get them to help you succeed, right? So that's number 2. So number 3, this is kind of an interesting one, but this patience doesn't mean for you to like not work and not duplicate and not say the process. What patience means is you need to, when you connect with somebody, you need to figure out their pace, right? So some people you're gonna talk to are gonna be like super excited. They're gonna jump in and be ready to go. All right, where's the paper? Sign me up. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm hot. I'm done. Other people may be like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Like, oh yeah, okay, well, maybe this is not the right time. You know, maybe you need more information. Do you want me to explain something to you? You know, just you tell me what you need, and I'll help you. So, in knowing paces of people is something that it took me a long time to understand. But as Jay always says, when you're talking to somebody, if you ask enough questions, you'll figure out what pace they're at, because more than likely they're going to tell you what their problems are or what they want to achieve or their goals. And once you get into that and you can figure out their pace, okay, then you can figure out slow down, right? So slow down doesn't mean like stop what you're doing, start da da da. No, slow down means knowing the people that you're dealing with and how to deal with their pace they're going at, right? Because you don't want to push somebody over the top. You don't want to push them away, but you also want to, you know, create some, you know, energy with them. And like, hey, you know, I can't sit around here for months, you know, working on you, but you know, you do, and Jay can, you know, attest for this as well. Like there's people, he's been working on for a couple years to do this business, and you know that's just the pace that they wanted to go at, you know. So if you remember that pace and worked at, and I know you can become very knowledgeable of this if you practice often. So you can figure out people very quickly when you practice a lot. You can probably, I've done it enough now where I can go and I'm, you know, texting somebody or messaging, and I can figure out what pace they're at. I can kind of tell where they're at and what they're doing. But, you know, so think about that when you're going through the, you know, the week. Think about the person when you contact them. Say, oh, okay, well, wonder where they're at. Well, they seem like they're a little optimistic, or they're maybe not excited. Well, okay, well, find something that will excite them, or maybe move them in a little faster pace, right? So anyway, so move into number 4, selflessness. This is probably one of the most important ones I feel that's on this board right here. But you have to give, right? You always have to give somebody something in order to receive something. And you know that's it's very simple, but sometimes it's very hard for us to actually understand. So you know, a classic, you know, an example is Susan just came on our team, and I have a friend in Colorado that wanted a box of Elevate. And what could I have done? I could have said, hey, you know, that's my box. Can you sell it to her? Or I'll ship her out a box, and she would have bought it from me. But no, I knew Susan was coming on the team. I know she was excited, and you know, I wanted her to feel like she was a part, and I was gonna help her out. So I got her contact. She took the box over, sold the box. I sent her the money. I paid for the, you know, the lady's box that she picked it up, and that's just I just felt like that was the thing to do. Like I wanted to give back, because I'm only as good as the people on my team, and being able to give and help people on my team is important to me. Tremaine and Dawn and Cynthia and Quentin and, you know, all Nicholas and Carrie, all of these people, you know, I'm only as good as you guys are, and being your leader, I have to train and teach you guys to be a leader just like I am. So when you get your team developed, or whatever you may do, you're that leader as well. And then you can take that, and that's what Jay always says, it's called duplication, just taking the same thing and duplicating it. So there was a quote about Joe DiMaggio. Some of you may know Joe DiMaggio. He was a famous baseball player, and he was back in the early days for the New York Yankees. And somebody from asked him, they're like, Joe, like, man, why do you always play at the same intensity, like all the time? Like even if it's deep into the pennant race and they've already won, you know, he just always played with the same. He played very hard, ran fly balls out, didn't matter. And you know what he said? He said, because you never know who's watching you. And that resonates really far with me, because you may not think somebody's watching you, but they actually are. And it's funny because people won't talk about or say things about what other people are doing, but then when you actually bring up, oh, hey, have you seen what Dawn's been doing? Oh, yeah, like yeah, I mean, she's doing well. She's doing awesome. I thought, yeah, she's on it. She's doing good. She's, building her team, and she's working hard, and she's pressing forward. And, that's playing with the same intensity, right, all the time. And that is what helps you become selflessness, because you're playing with that intensity, and you're more, you're trying to help other people more than you are yourself. So, number 5, pretty interesting one. So, stamina. So this happens to all of us, especially in network marketing. It happened to me. I came in, I was super excited, I was going to do this, and this, and all of a sudden, like just crashed, right? And I was like, oh man, like, well, oh, maybe this doesn't work. Maybe I just got like so high for like 3 weeks and just didn't know what was, I was just maybe living on that high. And I think we all run into that, and then we get a couple of no's, and we're like, oh man, this don't work. I gotta go do something else. Let me go sell some t-shirts, or sell some soccer balls, or go do yogurt or something down the road or whatever. But no, like, you're gonna go through those phases where you get ramped up and you get charged. You get excited, then you're going to lull, and then you're going to have to recharge. So being recharged is what helps you develop that stamina and helps you create that momentum, right? Maybe this week it may be focusing on, all right, you know what? I want to find 10 people that are going to use foamy cleanser, right? And why are they going to use foamy cleanser? Because the sun's been out, it's been shining, they want their face to be clean, whatever it may be, right? So recharge with different things for different weeks. Did you guys know that the number one fear for a person is public speaking? Yep, that's the number one fear. According to a study done, the thing they feared the most was public speaking, and that makes sense. Like, people just aren't like naturally born to speak in front of an audience, so look at the fear that you have, like public speaking or speaking to people or whatever, that may be something that you need to work on and develop and be part of your stamina, because you're going to need to be able to speak and talk to people. So, overcoming that fear of public speaking. You may not be talking in a crowd of 5,000 or 10,000, but you don't ever know. You might be on the stage in Bmore in February talking to 20,000 people. Hey, maybe if that's a goal for you, that's awesome. That's what it should be, And so the last thing you need to think about and look at is leaks. All right, what are leaks? Leaks are people that drain your energy and take away from your stamina, right? Some people just aren't going to be they're not going to be positive for you. They're just going to be negative. And sometimes you can't change that. You can do whatever you feel you can try to do, and then it comes to a certain point where these leaks are just, they can't be patched, right? So avoid those leaks and think about people that are leaking you right now, and maybe it's time for you to just kind of disperse from them a little bit and come back and get excited and let that all go away and recharge and build that stamina. So, I think that's kind of short and sweet. This, like I said, this was for connecting. So this is very, connecting to people is what this business is all about, right? The more you can connect with somebody, the more you gain the trust. And once you gain the trust, they're interested in what you're doing. And that's important. And I thought this was a very good information that I came across and training and my personal development. And it's been really fun for me to learn this and grow. And I like Sunday. It's a good day to take some things, write down some notes, and figure out what your goals are going to be for this week, and practice. Go talk to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. Figure out your clarity, know yourself, your audience. Figure out who you're going to talk to this week, or what how you're going to approach them. Your patience, work everybody's slow, what their pace is. Think about giving up. It's better to give than receive. We always say that, but if I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this before, but have you ever probably been in a situation where you actually took instead of give, and sometimes that can drain you more than actually giving. Sometimes say, oh, well, giving's just too hard. I'm always giving this, and this. But it may be, but taking is actually harder. So, when you're dealing with people that are on your team or you're talking to, give to them, right? And then you will receive, right? And lastly, stamina, recharge. We all go through those lulls. We get down. Oh, this thing don't work. Yeah, it does. Just go get excited. Just go have fun. And that's what we've been doing. And super excited. I hope everybody's enjoyed the page that I created. I want to give my team some leadership and give you guys some awesome information, and hopefully that you can get things moving in your court. I'm gonna turn the camera around now. Let me flip this around here. Let's see here. That's my wall over there. Nice. All right, I'm gonna come back through here. Does anybody have any questions or anything? You may bring anybody on, or so we got a couple people still on. Anybody have any questions? Jay? You may bring Jay on. See if Jay can jump on real quick. Maybe Jay might be there. All right. Nobody has any questions? You raise your hand. Hey, I want some questions. Yeah, awesome. Well, perfect. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I got to figure out somehow how to make a board. I know it looks backwards to you maybe, so I don't know what's going on, but super excited. Get people to, if you're around in the Raleigh area this week, Rick's coming into town Tuesday. We've already got about 4 meetings on Tuesday. Got people lined up, so we're trying to back them for the, and we got the B launch. There you go, Jay. That's the Be More launch party on the 29th, 3 to 5. So make sure you can get your people there and get them excited. So thank you guys for coming on tonight. I hope you have a great week. If you can help somebody this week, please do. If it be More, it'd be with a hurricane or whatever makes your heart desire. But thank you guys so much for being on. Look forward to it. Hopefully, if you need me this week, call me, 3-way calls. But thanks so much for being here tonight, and have a great Sunday evening. Get some rest, and let's start cranking out Monday to be more and be positive and create that massive energy that we all are looking for. So good night. Thank you guys.